Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Dr. Lehman's YouTube channel. Today our focus is going to be the Canvas Learning Management System for Arkansas State University Mid-South. So welcome back to those of you who've been to the channel before or who are taking my classes at ASU Mid-South. What I like to do is I like to kind of walk you through what I see on my end and then take a look at a student view of things. So when I log into my account on Canvas, I see a dashboard that looks like this. This includes a class that I'm enrolled in as a student, a teacher resources unit, but it also includes all the classes that I'm teaching here this semester and a test page I've been using to operate. Like you, I also have an account page with a profile that I can edit, and if you look at my profile within the course, you can see a link to this channel as well. But let's go ahead and start with an example of a course. Let's go to the online class because I think that's probably what most of you will be taking if you're looking at it this semester for U.S. history. So this is what I see on the instructor side of things. If I go to a student view like this, which is something I can do on the instructor end, I can see what you see with this little panel down here as well. And you'll notice that I've published the first two modules for the course, and when you log in to my class, what you see is the as a welcome page is our modules, or my modules for the class. Other people might do this differently, so they might have a landing page like you used to have in Cruiser with different information. But for this first semester, I wanted to keep it simple, and so we're just throwing the course modules right there, kind of like Cruiser did with my course content. And so you can see what's expected and what you need to do. You're still going to get the content that I normally provide in a course, all sorts of links. You notice down here there's a link to a video on the Homestead strike during the Industrial Revolution in our first module of content that's due on the 22nd. For each of my classes, I do a goals and assignments each week. Normally there's only one for this first week to kind of launch us into it. I've got two. But under goals and assignments, you'll see that I have some general ideas of what we want to work on for the course that week. In this case, course requirements, some stuff on the course content. You can see this is kind of a holdover from Cruiser, and I'll have to edit that. So this is going to be a learning process for me too. I suspect that we'll find things throughout the semester that we have to adapt to. And so feel free to ask me any questions in or out of class or during office hours. Give me a call at my office, send me an email. As you can see in the syllabus and the announcements and everywhere else you can talk to me, I'm looking forward to figuring out how this works and helping you use Canvas. It's going to be a lot better than Cruiser once we figure out how to make everything work the right way. In general, it's pretty easy. So you see we've got a list of assignments for the week, a brief greeting. I also include some information about the exams here. See, we go back to the landing page for the course. What a typical week of course content looks like, which we also have posted this week, would be some goals related to content, the Industrial Revolution, Reconstruction, some assignments like a reading quiz, which this one covers chapter 15 and 16, which is the Industrial Revolution and Reconstruction. Mention what chapters you're going to read. I've got kind of a synopsis of the basic information about the course, about the unit for that week. And you see two of the kinds of assignments that we have in this class. One of your assignments is an introduction message board where I ask you to tell me a little bit about yourself. That's the only message board we're going to do in here. I've kind of moved away from those in favor of what I'm calling short responses. And if you click on one of these, you can see that short response 1 just asks you to complete your readings for the semester and asks you what invention or set of related inventions had the biggest impact on American life during the Industrial Revolution. You just give me a good strong paragraph here. You can submit that all sorts of different ways. You can, as you see here, upload a file like a Word document. You can go to text entry and you can just type the text in here directly. And for these kind of assignments, if you want to record some media, some audio, some video, if you want to include some links, I asked you to include an image if at all possible, then you can do that. And it's pretty easy in here. So for example, in the text entry box, you've got the ability to insert video from YouTube directly to embed images. You can even upload image files, however you want to go about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to submit, and maybe offering some extra points for people who get creative and really take advantage of that opportunity. There's even a direct link to some Office 365 applications here if you can enter your login information for Office 365. I've even got Google Drive here if you've got stuff on a Google Drive, which I use a lot for work. So I've got that available for you. However you want to complete that assignment and submit it. You can add comments. Not that's really necessary here if you're uploading something. So that's one kind of assignment that we have in here. If you go back to modules, you'll see that another kind of assignment is the reading quiz, labeled here Quiz 1, Reconstruction in the Industrial Revolution. And you'll actually have the ability to complete and submit that. When I'm in student mode, I can't seem to do that, but I can go and show you what a quiz looks like when I leave student view here in a minute. We can go ahead and preview that. So if I look at that quiz, I can preview it, and you can see that the quizzes just pop up like this: 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, 10 questions. I'll let you take this as many times as you want. This is really to make sure that you're getting a grasp of the reading and gathering some basic facts about the assignment. And you've got a submit function there, lets me know when you submitted it, all that fun stuff. It even keeps track of how long you take to do it, just kind of some information for me that I might find useful. And yeah, I take the highest score you make on the quizzes. The other kind of assignment that we'll run into occasionally in here, you'll see a writing assignment, which I haven't published this unit yet. You can see under week number 3, we've got writing assignment number 1 here, as this kind of week 2, but it's our goals and assignments number 3, third unit. But the unit that's due on the 28th, you'll see a writing assignment 1. The way that looks is very similar to what you see with the short answer, except these are supposed to be longer, more detailed writing responses. I grade these using a rubric that is pretty simple. I don't really love using rubrics, but they're necessary, and I want to give you some transparency and clarity in your work. So you can see how I grade everything here. We can cover that in a bit more detail when we get there. But it's very similar to the short assignments. You'll be able to upload files. In this case, I am asking for written work, but you can upload this in all sorts of different ways. You've got a lot of options there. And the last kind of assignment that we're going to have, we will have exams throughout the course of the semester. And those will consist of a series of multiple choice, maybe some matching, and some short answer questions. I'm going to wait to complete writing and designing those until we have worked on the course a few weeks, see what works, what doesn't. And if you're in a live class, what's going to be on those tests is going to change a little bit depending on how much we get through, or what we end up spending most of our time on in class. You kind of help shape discussion, and you help drive me towards the direction I want to go in the course. So you're going to have an impact on what's going to be on the exam. So before we wrap things up, I want to go back to student view real quick and show you some of the other functions that you can see over here. So you can look at your assignments and quizzes directly. For example, I haven't actually published very much yet. You'll see that I've got one of these assignments that are available. Quiz, short response, introduction message board. And if you go under grades, you can see, while we've got several categories of grades here: assignments, short responses, reading quizzes, writing assignments, exams. This is all assignments, for example. We actually haven't completed any of these yet. These are due. You'll be asked to complete them. You'll be able to see your grades here in real time as they come up. And yeah, I've got it set up to where you get to calculate your grade based only on graded assignments. I know you can play around with that to see how your overall grade would be affected by future assignments, that kind of thing. Once we get further into the semester, I'll probably shoot another one of these videos so you can see what this looks like when you've completed a lot of work, and that should be a bit of fun. And a lot of people ask me questions about that. Alright, so another thing you'll see here is a syllabus tab. That's kind of a work in progress that I haven't used a lot of yet. You'll see this is kind of just gives you a summary of the course, what's currently available in terms of assignments. I might even end up taking this off if it ends up not being that useful. Like I said, we're kind of working on things right now. If you go under files, you'll see a bunch of the different files that I've uploaded for the course. And if you go under pages, you'll see the available pieces that I've written for the class so far. So that's kind of a walk around your US After 1877 course, and guess what? This is going to change. I'm editing these courses as we go and as we both learn more about Canvas. So I just want to let you know, if I didn't make it clear in my intro, I changed this based on what works and what doesn't. I'm looking forward to working with you guys to make our course better and to help you learn the things that you want to learn in terms of skills and in terms of topics that really interest you within history. The online class will be a little bit different from the live class. I have to leave student view to see that. But for the most part, I'm trying to keep a lot of the same content available in both for your purposes. I go under files here, for example. Very almost exact same material. For those of you who are taking World Civ, I know that this hasn't been the most helpful thing to you. For those of you who are taking me for World Civ, and I don't have everything uploaded for those courses yet. I do have the intro message board and an about me kind of page that you're going to see, and a list of the topics that we're going to cover. But because of the Civ, particularly the Civ hybrid course, we're going to take that on a more week-to-week basis. I think we're going to have one class meeting before we really dig into a lot of the assignments. And I know that World Civ can be a bit more intimidating than American history, so we're going to I'll work with you on that. Last but not least, there is a mobile app that's available through both the App Store on iTunes and through the Google Play Store for Android. And that mobile app really makes almost all the same functions available to you that are available on the desktop or on your computer at home. And I highly encourage you to download that on your mobile device and take a look at it. There's another video in this YouTube channel that walks you through that app and all the functions that it has. So I'll see you guys in class or online, and I look forward to working with everybody as we become familiar with Canvas. Thank you very much.